So guys, we pick up from where we left last time. I'm going to proceed as an administrator. Repopulate the data. So we were checking on mentorship programs module. Checking mentorship program module. Where we showcase the information, and we can also check the members and subscribers of such a program. For instance, we can check this: subscribers, members enrolled in that mentorship program. You can preview the information here in charts. You can see the number of people enrolled, and their names are populated there. The registration over time, weekly by gender, then monthly of the members enrolled in that program. The other thing I want to showcase is about probably you want to print a flyer to give up to people about the program. It's a good preview of the program banner with the description and other related information. So here you can edit, delete, or even create new mentorship programs. This one you can preview the information like I showcased last time. You can also create a new mentorship program or edit already existing, whereby you will have your program name, information or description, dummy data, some sort of information, a banner image if it exists. Then scheduling, you can schedule the program. When does it start, end time, application deadline, and the status of that program. Maybe if it has started, you change to be active. Once it's completed, you toggle into completed. Then there's the mentor information. Who is the mentor of that program? You choose. This will populate only for the members of the church who have a role of a mentor. Then you can also assign the mentorship category, whichever it is. Then capacity to enroll, how many number of people do you want to enroll, the location where that program will be carried out. Then you have resources session. Here you can have the resources as like guide materials for the mentor, like reference, First Kings, First King 3:10 etc. You can add more as more you want, as more resources you want, or guide materials, guide study materials. Then even beneath here you can see students who have been enrolled in that mentorship program. The other thing we can showcase is about exporting the information. You can also as well export this information about all the mentorship programs. You can also filter the ones in the state of upcoming, and they will be populated here. And you can now print the ones which are currently active. Information will be populated. You see we have one here. The ones which are complete, no one which is complete. Then you can now print and export this data. How to export this data? You can even name the columns. Let's say maybe program name, etc. The columns you want to export, you can toggle in and away. If you want the resources session, you don't want the application deadline, you can now export this data. Once the data is exported, you get notified get a notification like that. Then a notification comes, then you can now download that, either a CSV or an XSL, and you can now print that information and share to the relevant authorities. Well, the other thing you can check on is about attendances. Members attend into groups and also mentorship programs. You can record the attendances and you can export that data. You can filter. Maybe you want to filter maybe an event like this one, attendance from a certain period of time, or for a specific user. Probably you want to export all the data related to a certain user. You can search maybe in danger. Once you search, all the records related to danger will be here. Then from there you can now export that data and give a report about her attendances or his attendances. You can also record in your attendance. Once a member comes in or attends an event, you record here. You choose the member who has attended. If it's danger, the event he has attended, maybe annual gathering. Check-in time is the current time you are recording, but you can also edit. Then the attendance status: he was present, absent, late, he came and maybe left late, he was excused, left early, and then some remarks here. Then you can now create that attendance. Then the other thing we are checking is about summons. A church has summons. Pastors make summons. And these summons are showcased to members of the church. For instance, we have this summon. You can also print a summon. You can download a PDF. For instance, you want to share as a flyer. You can download that summon PDF. Once it's downloaded, you can now issue to either members or passerbys around your area. Sorry for the slow network. As it loads, you can check. You can also view. Now this one has loaded. This one has loaded. You can check the summon with the preacher, title of topic of the sermon, if the sermon has a YouTube video link, you embed it there, and some information about the sermon, conclusion, and some resources. So how we do about it? You can come here, you can preview the sermon here, or you can edit. Let's say we want to edit this one, or create a new sermon. As an admin, you can be able to choose who will be the pastor for such a sermon. But on the other hand, once a pastor logs in while he's creating the sermon, the system will automatically pick him. So here we have the sermon, the preacher name. This will populate the data for the pastors who has a role of a pastor. So you have series and Bible references you can put here. We have sermon series. Sermons have series. Maybe Faith in Action, Loving Grace, Living Grace, Journal of Faith. The Bible references you can insert here. If you have media, video, maybe a YouTube video link, you can insert the link here. The status, then also you can put the transcript and also the sermon notes here. Some short notes for the guide notes for the pastor or the preacher. Then the sermon time and the sermon date. So we have sermon series. Sermon belongs to a series. We have this one, hope of tomorrow. The sermon series you put here, the theme, the series name, the theme, and the description, and also maybe scheduling of that theme. When will that them take place, maybe for 1 year, etc. The other one, we can check on the module of users groups, that is classes, ministries. A church might have classes, ministries, or groups. For example, the youth group, battalion group, the women group, choir group, etc. So here is how we populate the group. We can check which ones are active, which ones are not active. You can also create a new group or edit already existing group. You can see logical explorers, the description of that group, and now here it will showcase members who has already been joined that group and their statuses. So here you can as well need to download that group information and print or give to maybe like a report to somebody who needs to know more about it. This is the PDF. It will show you the enrollment period of monthly data, how people have enrolled in that group or class or ministry, then the members of that ministry or group. So how do we enroll members into a group? Here we have group users. Come here, you create new group user. You want maybe to enroll Emma into group, a certain group, the community computers. When he's joining, he has joined now. When you left, you'll update this. Our role will be either a senior leader, a lead coordinator, or a sit-in leader, or just a member. Then you put that you engage Emma into that group, and she'll be enrolled now into that group. Form. The other thing we can check is about there's also a section of the system configuration, that is the system settings. For instance, once we checked here, we see this information is being pulled from the settings of our system, how we configure our church system, like this one. For instance, we can edit the church name, maybe let's say church connect ministry. For instance, a church will have maybe support plan, maybe a URL, which is a website URL, and a street address. There's also a section of the church logo. You can edit and toggle how you want it to be like. You can edit and crop or reset into its original state. Then identity, church identity, the mission, vision, and spiritual identity. The vision statement is here, mission statement, the church motto, and maybe a foundation, scripture. Then leadership, who are the owners of this church or founders, key leaders and the church leadership structure, lead pastor, the founder, and maybe the leadership team, short description on the list of the leadership team. Then we have administration, administrative details, legal information like banks, bank branch, etc. We have the church registration number, the bank information, tax status. Then a church can have maybe some other subsidiaries or affiliated churches. This is where you add them. We can have church 1, church 2, church 3. You can even add here, which is another church. They have another church. This information, once we save this information, if for instance we come here and refresh this now should change this. You see, it has now changed and it will be global everywhere. It will be global everywhere. So it has changed, but I'll refer to the original original New Life Community Church. I'll leave the original name of the church. So the other thing is about the profile. We can maybe we need to print the church profile. We can come there. Yes, how we print the church profile. Our church profile is assessing this. We have the address, whatever, church identity, vision, mission, leadership, administrative affiliates, banks, whatever, and the church affiliates. You can see the church affiliates here, other smaller churches which are part of the main church. That's how you can print, and you can also print a brochure of the same church. Let's check how it should look like. A flyer maybe. This is how the church flyer will look like. The same information. So the next thing we can check on is about we checked on enrollments, attendances, event registrations, sermon series, notes, study materials. Now, as a user, probably you need to have a section where you can write down your notes. This is the section. You can be able to have your notes title, and it's like a notebook in the system. Then you have the notes, study notes, etc. Then the admin can see any notes maybe, but that can also be a center row to hide. Then we have study materials. Maybe a program, you may need to have study materials for that specific program. Here's how you have the study materials. Maybe you want to share with the enrollees of that program. This is the study materials section. How you edit, you put that, and also it can also accommodate PDF files, like you can see. You can be able to showcase that, etc. The other thing is about contributions and the funds. Let's start with funds. A church might have different fund drives. Maybe there's tithe, there's a building fund, a missionary support. As you can see, this is the section to check on those funds, and you can also preview contributions or has contributed towards that fund, and all the information about that fund. You can also edit the fund. So you edit the fund. This is the name and the description of a fund, a certain fund. This is a missionary fund. You can see contributions over time, weekly, and also how people have contributed to that fund in a monthly contribution, and also in a yearly contribution. The data will be populated based on that. You can also have new fund, etc. So how do we record these contributions? We have the contributions module. We assume, for instance, in most scenarios, you go and present your contribution maybe to the secretary or the pastor or whoever is in charge, and probably you are recorded in a book of pledges, etc. So here we have the contribution. We already can see active funds and already the active fund drives. So for example, we can see Mr. Gabriel here contributed 75 on this date. The mode was cash, etc. So how do we can also export that data. How do we make a new contribution, for instance? New contribution come here, we pick the member who want to contribute, maybe Emma. Amount contributing is 2,000. Fund name, which fund? Is it tithe? Is it for the church? Is it for the community outreach? Is it for scholarship fund? Is it for the women, youth, whatever? Community outreach, maybe you are reaching out to the community. How the payment method? Cash or check. If it's check, if it's in check, another form can appear here, then you fill in the check number. If it's credit card, once they have made the transaction, they can present to you the information, then you put the transaction ID. Later you can verify from your confirmed estimate from the bank. Citibank transfer, same way you insert the transaction ID, or is it another way mean or online mode? So now let's assume it's in cash mode. This will hide. Then we go remarks. You can create any remarks. Now once we put this, that has been created successfully. Once we come into contribution, we'll be able to check Emma contributed 2,000. So once we check here, we set Emma here, we check the contributions of Emma. It's here for this fund drive, community amount, contribution date, payment method. You can edit, or you can also view. You can edit, also view type of contribution and another relevant information. So the other module we can check in is certificates. Once a member is enrolled into a program, once they finish, you may desire to issue them with certificates. So here we have one certificate for Mr. Hamos, who enrolled in a building field leaders program. It was issued at this date. Status, it's still pending, not collected. He has not issued. It has not been issued. These ones you can edit accordingly, but you can also preview this certificate and print the certificate. So we check on this. Network is a bit slow. While it loads, you can be able to check on that. So this is the way the certificate looks like. It has a valid signature behind it. You can see the name of the church. It has been watermarked with the name of the church for authenticity purposes. Then this will be the profile image of the user of that member, this one, and this will be the logo of the church. Then certificate of completion presented by the name of the church. To who? Pastor Amos. He certifies that Pastor Amos has successfully completed the building feature on this day, and there awarded. Then now here you can stamp your signature, and in near future we append the QR code for authenticity, and now here there's the certificate number. So someone can be able to scan the QR code and validate that information in near future. And you can also print this. You can now print this and issue it to the member. And the member, while on the other end, they will be able to see their issue already earned certificates, etc. So how do we create new certificate? Maybe we check. Check on how to create new certificates. So here is how we create new certificate. This way, allow me also to change my internet. That one is a bit slow, we'll need to change it kindly. I change my network so that we can proceed.